Hi, it's Cassandra coming back with another video. Today I just wanted to come back and answer a couple of questions that my wonderful commenters and really friends now asked me. I feel like everybody that's on this my comment section really are my friends because I have blocked everybody else. Anybody that's talking nasty and negative and asking too many questions that I don't want to be bothered with, I just blocked them because I'm not here for that. Um, like I said before, I got out of the cult. Y'all saw the pictures that I had when I got baptized, and I think I was like 20 years old when I did that. And I had a meltdown or something yesterday because I really realized that I really wanted to believe that my dedication and baptism was going to bring some kind of happiness. And yes, they had said that Satan would be bothering us and be picking on us and everything. So I knew that it was going to be a bumpy ride. But I always wanted to have a peace. To me, I still believe that no matter what you was going through, you were supposed to have a peace about yourself. And then you can get through anything if you had that peace. But I never could find the peace. And no matter what I did, I just didn't feel right about it. So after like I said, I was brought up in it since I was like 5 years old, but then probably around the age of like 30, I finally started saying I'm just gonna walk away from it. And so I walked away from it, and for years I just I didn't go to the meetings or anything. I didn't do anything, and I may come a little bit, when my mom she asked me to go to a memorial or something like that. But generally speaking, I didn't, I just didn't bring the subject up too much. I think one time she visited me and everything, and I just kind of told her, I said, "Ma, I've done everything I could to make you proud of me, and if you're not proud of me by now, I don't think that you ever will. So I just wanted to be honest and tell you that I do not go to the Kingdom Hall. Now I can drop you off at the Kingdom Hall, but I do not go to the Kingdom Hall anymore, and I don't feel like I need to continue to lie to you and make you feel that I go when I don't." And so, a little bit, she would speak to me about it every now and then about it, and I would just say, "Oh, yeah, yeah, mm-hmm." But until she got out of it, and until she went on and traveled beyond, I think that's when I was like 40. So that tells you like, for 10 years, I just kind of, I was just in there, but I was out, but still in it, like they said. And then I just left. I ain't had nothing to say to the people or whatever. I mean, when I saw the people and the Jehovah's Witnesses for any little thing that I would see them for, my sister's anniversary parties or something like that. I would speak to them and act like nothing. They wouldn't ask me no questions, and sometimes my sister knew. She knew that I wasn't in it because I would be dating. I started dating, and so she knew that I would bring, a couple of different guys to the functions and everything. But I know as long as you don't really talk about it, you don't say nothing about it, you just, don't act like you committing fornication or nothing, or don't act like you don't like it. Just kind of walk a straight line with it. Then they'll be kind of all right with you. So that happened. That was like that for years too. So like I said, this whole Jehovah's Witness thing had been really lying dormant with me. But then I think one of my boyfriends, it was a boyfriend of mine, or a man friend, or whatever you want to call him, and he actually he wanted to buy me a phone, that you can do the internet and Google and all that kind of stuff. And at first I said, that ain't nothing but from the devil. That's from Satan and everything. And he said, no, you need to have a phone, to Google stuff when you want to, and everything. And I was like, that little flip phone was all right with me. So I finally did go ahead on and let him buy me a phone and everything. And all I was trying to do is get on the phone and Google Marvin Gaye song. And for some reason, when I Googled was Googling Marvin Gaye song on YouTube or whatever, I mean, I couldn't Google it. It wouldn't let me, wouldn't play because it was a song that it wasn't really common. And so I had to get on YouTube and look for it and everything. And when I got on YouTube and everything, everything just started popping up. And what popped up was different things about eating, like alkaline foods and everything was the best foods for you and everything. And so I started to get into that and on eating right and everything. Then they want to tell you about, your hair and everything. And I think that's when I clicked on Vera 747. And when I clicked on hers about her hair, then I think it pulled something in about her being a ex-Jehovah's Witness. And when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's an apostate. She apostate, so I don't want to be bothered with that. So, I left her alone for a little while, but then, she was just seemed like a nice, everyday person. She didn't sound like nobody that was a demon or nothing like that to me. So I kind of started listening to some of her videos and everything. And so once I started listening to her videos, I kind of started moving all around YouTube. I moved around YouTube to Google everything. I found out about narcissism. I found out about twin flames. I found out about all kinds of things that, aliens, witchcraft. I mean, everything. And it was actually like the apple. It was something that you could get knowledge. You could be good or evil. It was up to you what you wanted to Google out of it. So once I Googled it and everything, I found out that I wanted to look up some stuff about the JWs. And when I looked at it for a while, I looked at their videos, and I didn't, I listened to some of the stories, and I said, wow, everybody's story is sounding so familiar and everything, and nobody's lying. Everybody's out here telling the truth, because they told us that apostate was big liars and stuff like that, and they tried to defame Jehovah, and, they was the children of Satan and everything. So I didn't see that. So finally, I just kind of just, put that down and looked away and started, just kept Googling and doing everything else like I wanted to. And then all of a sudden it fell into my spirit. Uh, I never had any problems with Jehovah's Witnesses. I knew that I would never go back into it. I knew I wasn't interested in it. But the stuff that I started Googling and about their founders and stuff like that, I was like, wow. And I still didn't have no problem with their founders. I didn't have any problems with anybody because I looked into Buddhism. I looked all over the internet. But what I found out is that if you're going to tell the truth, then you need to tell the truth about things. And I just started finding out that Jehovah's Witnesses, they were not the truth like they said that they were. And when I found that out, that's when I said, wow, that's just something that I don't want to be a part of at all. And when I told y'all how they kept on coming to my door for some reason, it's like they always knew I must have been a magnet. No matter where I moved or whatever, they always saw me. And when I finally started telling them that I wasn't interested in it and everything, and they kept coming to my door, that's when actually my sister and I, we were talking all the time. And see, that's what helped me too, because I could talk to her about it. She knew she had been in it and she got out of it and everything. And we didn't know anything about, that we knew that they was promising the world to come to the end and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't know what kind of big money making company this was. And we was just like, wow. And so we both wrote our letters and sent them off, and and at that point, it was something different came over me. And it was almost like, wow, we had to do all that to get out of something that didn't even ever benefit us for real. What's really going on? And so at some point, something fell in my spirit, and it wanted me to talk about how I got out of the Jehovah's Witness. And so at that point, I really didn't know that I even had any real emotions and feelings about anything. I just kept talking about it and everything. And then I knew when my nephew passed away, I knew how, the whole thing was. Let me move back to the point that when I wrote the society and told them that I was no longer interested in being a member. I didn't want to be a part of the numbers or whatever because I don't understand what they're doing. So I said, I don't want to be a part of your numbers. I don't want to be a part of anything. Just if you could take my name out for everything and anything that you ever had or will have, just I don't want to be a part of it, whatever is going on. And so I wanted to get closer to my eldest sister. She's like 20 years older than me. And so at that time, I told her, I was like, sis, I want to be close to you and everything, but I just want to tell you a little something that I wrote the letter, and something just told me to tell her that, because most of the time she'll be, when are you going to come back to Jehovah and all that? And I didn't want to hear that at all. So I went on and told her about it. I was like, I texted her and said, wrote her a nice, sweet letter and everything, as sweet as I could, and with the love hearts and everything, saying that I would love to be a sister with her and get closer now because she's getting to be elderly and everything. But I don't want to be a part of the Jehovah's Witness. And I just wrote a letter, and I just, I disassociated myself, and I would really love to still have, a sister relationship with her. And of course, she wrote back that she couldn't do that. And I said, okay then. And I accepted that. So that's how I began to be shunned because, her and her family was still in it. My nephew wasn't in it, but, she has more children and her husband. So that's really the shunning that I get from her, which I wasn't really close to her in a way, so it didn't really bother me. But I continued on talking about this whole thing, about everything, and I saw how people are really in pain and they're hurting. And I've always been a person that just had a heart of love. Because even looking at those pictures, I realized the girl I was standing next to for the baptism, I love those people. I love people. I love all the people that was in there. I didn't never love the organization per se, but the people in there, I really loved them. And it would take me a long minute, like an hour or almost 2 hours to pray some nights for everybody, because that's just the love that I have for people. And so that's what I was doing. And so I realized that this was, I had in my heart, I had been commissioned to really speak out on things like that. So really, when somebody asks me a question of what did I do to heal, I think it was a lot of time that had passed by. And with time, it does heal some kind of wounds to a certain point. But then you got to deal with the scars and everything that's left. You need to really be the person that go in and make sure you are helping the healing process. And I think that it was books like Wayne Dyer's Your Erroneous Zones. I read that book, and I think it helped me because a lot of times we have just let people define us, and we have let people tell us what our worth was and everything, and that kind of stuff is really not a good thing to do. And by reading stuff like that, and just listening to different with JW stories. Like I said, Vera, it was started off with her, and I just kind of clicked around and just kind of listened, and I just knew that I had been into something that really was painful and hurtful. And once I realized that I really had loved the people in there, but it was the organization. I realized that I needed to speak out on it because, uh, you know, your testimony, your witness, I ended up, they said we were always witnesses anyway. And they're right. That was called into my spirit. I am a witness. I am a witness that I was inside of something that they promised a whole lot of stuff that didn't happen. And if they just would have read the Bible and everybody read the Bible, and the Bible said we was in the last days, but when they started saying that it was the last days of the last days and act like they had some kind of information, then they crossed the line. And a lot of the things that they encouraged and everything, and you can see the fear mongering and the doomsday prophecies and the things like that, I knew that I needed to say something about that, because I wouldn't want for people to go and do like they did with that whole Jim Jones thing, because I don't know what they're capable of. Because one day you could be talking to a Jehovah's Witness and they could love you and love you to death, but if you tell them just right then, the same day, not the next day, but you say, "Well, I used to be, but I sent my letter in to them." The coldness, the I mean, just like a light switch flipped, and they have no more compassion for you. It's just gone. That zombie-like way of being, I just knew. I was like, man, something's not right with this. And so I just was able to come out and talk to everybody about this. And when one of the commenters asked what I do to get over and heal, I think, like I said, with time and then listening to more ex-JW stories, and talking to people myself, and writing. That's what really helped me. And always, no matter what information that I found, if it doesn't have love as the backdrop of it, then I don't believe in it. It can talk a lot of stuff, but if it seems like it really don't have love in it, I won't go toward it, because that's the only thing that I think that is something that will really, really endure, is love. So at that point, I just that's what I go toward, love. And then another one of my commenters asked, what do I do about people who choose the religion over me, or whatever. And what I do is I actually show love toward that person too, and those people too, because it may come a time where the Jehovah's Witnesses could just quit on them. And if the Jehovah's Witnesses just tell them, "Oh, we closed up now, and we don't have anything else for you," a lot of people would be in a position of wanting to commit suicide. They would be really, really hurt and really, really bad. So if they ever let school out for them, we're gonna be need a lot of nurses and nurses' aides to help them kind of people, because that's not going to be easy for them. Uh, and as time keep on going with the lies, the world don't end. It don't end, never end. A lot of people still going to be coming out like we did. Their eyes are going to open, but right now, you just can't force their eyes open. That's like anybody who is in a real sleep, a real deep sleep. It's a way you wake people up. So just have love in your heart. That's all I can say. Have love and compassion for everybody. Don't. I know sometimes you get sad and you get kind of angry too. Sometimes to believe that a cult or somebody can waste your time like that. But this is life. We came here for a reason and for a purpose. And your thing is just to focus on the purpose that you came here for. Don't worry so much about what other people are doing. If you still believe in prayer and meditation and everything, be doing that for those people. But far as you really taking it to heart and being discouraged and depressed about it, really, really try not to do that. Because to me, that's the program that the Watchtower said, that the people who leave would become sad, depressed, or drug addicts, prostitutes, and just don't have no love amongst themselves. And that's not the truth. And so don't fall for nothing like that. Keep walking and keep your head up, and know that you have a purpose in life, and continue to look for the purpose that you have, and the purpose that you're here to fulfill. And that's all any of us can do. And so that's all I do. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you for watching.